Welcome to INN CEO Talks. Joining me today is David D'Onofrio, the CEO of White Gold Corporation. David, welcome back.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's good to see you. You know, it's been a couple of years, partly because of COVID, since we last chatted. But back then, you indicated that you had a high grade at surface deposit of more than 1.5 million ounces at the Golden Saddle and Arc resource zone. And I understand that you've been doing an awful lot more discovery work through your drones to drills exploration program. Maybe you can bring us up to speed.
Yeah, it's been a great couple of years since we've last spoken. A lot going on. Just to remind people, part of what makes White Gold such a unique company is it's a true district scale type opportunity. We have 350,000 hectares of claims, almost 1 million acres. The deposit you referenced there, that's sort of our flagship deposit. We actually that was originally an Underworld Resources discovery, which was a Sean Ryan discovery, which we acquired as part of us systematically acquiring, all these other claims in the district. So for an exploration company with this incredibly exciting grassroots exploration pipeline, have that as sort of a balance and a value builder, I think is great from a corporate perspective. On that point alone, we've been successful in increasing the size of that asset, we're an exploration company first and foremost. Grassroots exploration is what we love. I think that's where we're going to build the value for the shareholders. But that asset there, was discovered by Sean Ryan and his team. We just see there's so much low-hanging fruit to be able to grow that quickly and cost-effectively that we think, we're going to spend some more time doing that. And we have, and we've been very successful. Our total ounces increased significantly. We're, 1.8 million ounces now, and that's not including a couple of very exciting new discoveries 2 kilometers away from that deposit. So to put things in, just in context of where we've been spending our time the last 2 years, it's been threefold. One is we've been looking for new zones of mineralization around our flagship deposit. We figured that way, we'd be getting the best bang for our buck as a junior explorer. The deposit itself is open in a lot of directions. It can go underground. The grade is very high, as you mentioned. Metallurgy is great. But we thought, let's find some new zones, and that way we can really ramp up the size of this quickly. And we've been very successful in doing that. We have 2 new discoveries, one called the Ryan Surprise, one called the Yukon Ridge. They're just 2 kilometers to the west. And what's really exciting, and what we're going to be following up on this year, is both of those zones are on a 6.5 kilometer long mineralized trend. Most of that seen hardly no work since we've been involved, or any of the prior operators have been involved. So Sean calls this the new blue sky for that property, and maybe I'll get a little bit into the work we did last year and why we think that's so exciting going forward. And then on the balance of our program is we have this drones to drill methodology. Over the last 5 years, we're starting with the drones, the soil, we've been identifying targets. And we've started to perform maiden diamond drill program on these targets. So now you're in the really exciting point of a junior exploration's life cycle, where you're doing maiden diamond drill programs. Last year, we had a truly world-class discovery on our Betty property. That property is to the south of our package. It's contiguous to Newmont's multi-million ounce coffee deposit. Western Copper and Gold is also contiguous to that property to the south. They have their behemoth casino deposit, which Rio Tinto just became a strategic investor in. And along the same fault system, our property called the Betty is located. And on our diamond drill program, maiden diamond drill program, we intersected 50 meters of 3.5 grams. So, there's a lot of studies out there. A hole of that tenure is very highly indicative of potential additional mineralization. So we are very excited to this year go back and perform additional diamond drill program on that target, as well as another target called the Mascot, which is just 6 kilometers away. And based on the preliminary exploration work we've done, that target actually is a larger soil anomaly, higher grade gold, and on the same structure. Really excited for the prospectivity there. And the third part of our portfolio, which activity, which is very important, is just early stage grassroots reconnaissance type stuff. Right, we have 1 million acres. To get to a drill target, it takes time. And we don't want to be drilling targets that aren't justified to do so based on the data we have, right? A lot of companies are exploration companies that collect data. With the approach that Sean Ryan's built, we're more of a data analysis company that performs exploration. So we're putting them through this protocol. Sean's designed over the last 20 years. It's proven to be extremely successful, and based on the success that that this program has had with two multi-million ounce discoveries to date, two smaller ones to date. We think what we're seeing in this earlier stage results, that the prospectivity for more and more multi-million ounce high-grade discoveries is very high in our district.
So is it fair to ask that White Gold is in a position where you will have multiple different projects over a period of time, where you'll spin some of those out and others you'll continue to explore, so that the portfolio for the company remains robust, even if you are spinning off certain projects?
Yeah. That's exactly the game plan. I know at first it can look a little bit daunting, especially as an investor. You have all these different properties, what's going on, but that is the exact game plan. We want to be a project generator, right? And our belief, our thesis, when we got involved, what attracted Agnico Eagle to be our partner, what attracted Kinross to be our partner, what brought Newmont to the district as our neighbor, what brought Rio Tinto to the district as our neighbor, is this is a very, it's got this prolific history. 20 million ounces of gold found on the surface, right? There's been another 20 million ounces of gold now discovered in hard rock. We are literally just starting the exploration work, from surface, right? So to think that in Canada in 2022, we're still making at-surface discoveries in a huge package that we own, it's like almost like a dream come true. Like Sean really believes this is like Timmins was, 75 years ago, or Nevada Goldfields, or Abitibi. If you can go back in time and tie up that much land in one of these camps, what would that be worth today? So that is like what we think we're sitting on. And as we advance these projects, like I said, we are explorationists. The goal will be to build the value for the shareholders, right? You get the most value in that early exploration phase. And then at that point, look to monetize these assets in whatever capacity that might be. With these great partners, maybe they take them on to put them to feasibility, to mines. Obviously, a lot of people in the industry are watching this closely. They see 2 million ounces, near 2 million ounces at surface. That's on a lot of people's radar. As you know, the majors, they need to replenish their pipelines, and to be able to do it in a great jurisdiction, a tier 1 jurisdiction like the Yukon, which I think Fraser Institute ranks tops 10 every year. And unfortunately, in this day and age, geopolitical risks has come to the forefront of everyone's economic analysis. You couldn't ask for a better place to do it. Why is the Yukon ranked so high? They're very supportive, right? This is a major part of their GDP, and we see it in practice. Newmont just got major approvals for their coffee project to get moved to production. The government from the Yukon, along with the federal government, is spending hundreds of millions of dollars to implement roads, airports, housing, specifically to advance mining within the territory. Right? That you do not see that anywhere else in the world, literally. So it's I think the best circumstances you could ever ask for.
Well, White Gold remains a dynamic and interesting company for all investors to be looking at. Thanks for bringing us up to speed, and I hope you'll come back in the future and give us even more updates.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Drills start turning in the next couple of weeks. We are, extremely excited for what we think we're going to be able to achieve this year.
Good. We'll be looking forward to those results. Thank you.